this is Amy. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. Tonight I'm going to show you how I go about painting violets. I hope you enjoy this video. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. If you have any suggestions, let me know down below. I appreciate any constructive criticism, or if you have questions on how to do something or need more information, feel free to let me know down in the comments. Once the video is over, if you would give me a big thumbs up if you like the video. If you're new, make sure that you subscribe to my channel by hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell. At the end, after you view the video, if you would share this video on your social network with your friends and family, I would certainly appreciate that. And let's get started. Alright, so majority of brushes I'm going to be using tonight, they're all flat brushes except for my one fine liner. I am going to be using a number 12, number 10, and number 8. I believe I have two number 12s in here, and then the fine line brush from Wistonia. Colors I will be using, I am mixing up a little bit of a deeper purple to add to it, so hopefully that works out. But I'm using Ink Spot. It was a combination of Ink Spot, Licorice, a Perfect Purple, which is also part of this video, and Wicker White are in what I mixed up, but these colors will also be used throughout the video too, and Moon Yellow. Hopefully I got them all. Oh, wait a minute, I did not. Happy Green and Thicket. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm using the glass vase again. This particular vase, honestly, you could use it as a serving dish. Like if you're having an event, set it up, maybe put candy in it or something that would be finger foodish wise. Obviously dry, not something moist, but you could put in, people could grab out of it. You could use it, decorate it, set a candle in it, fill it with some water and put some flowers in it. So there's a variety of uses of this type of, I would look at it more like a cylinder vase. Alright, so let's get going here. I am going to start with the petals for the violets. And again, bear with me on this because I've not used this color that I mixed up before, so it could be interesting. But interesting is good, right? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and come over here, and I just do a couple little strokes, but I'm going to do more like around it and then just wiggle a little bit. If you feel like it's not opaque enough for you, go back over it like that. Alright, so let's keep going. Then I'm going to paint another one beside it here, giving it just a little wiggle too. And I'm going to dip my brush into that little bit darker purple that I mixed. Come around here, I'm going to pull it. Now you can do, more rounded petals if you wish on the violet. I like to do kind of this, just a slight wiggle, give it some movement, just ever so slightly. And then just finish it off over here. It's okay to leave some spaces in between your petals. You don't have to have them all right up next to each other. And I have seen different color violets too, so you don't even necessarily have to use purple or shades of purple. It's just a suggestion. And I'm going to come over here and do the same. On this one you see a little bit of that darker purple that I mixed up. Like that. Dip it in that darker purple, come around, and I do 5 petals. Or at least I try to most of the time. And like I said, then you just keep moving it around. Now you don't have to be real concerned with the center at this point, you know, completely filling in the center. You can have them touching in the center if you wish. That's, either way is fine. And you can just kind of fill it in if you want, but you'll see why it's not quite as important here in a minute when I continue on. And over here I'm going to do kind of a little bud, and I can do some wiggling in it too. I forgot about that. Put some wiggle in it if you want. Almost sounds like I'm dancing, right? But not dancing, just painting. And then I'm going to take my brush and just pull it over. Take my brush and pull it over. And pull this over again if I want. If you get too much paint on your brush, feel free to scrape some of it off or wipe it off on a paper towel, whatever you're comfortable with. And then I'm going to do another one kind of right over here. Put a little bit more of the darker purple on it. And it's okay if it hits it. It's fine. Perfectly fine. I'm just going to keep creating here. And I am just doing the front of the vase just because it's for the painting tutorial. If I were to have this vase on my own and I was going to be using it as part of my home decor, I would go around, typically would go around the whole thing. But I don't want to have my video be too awful long, so I'm just doing it this way. Alright. Like I said, I hope you like it. I hope you're enjoying the video. Alright, let's go back here and do a little bit more. And you can make them even lighter too. They don't have to all be, you know, darker purple. They can be a lighter purple. They can be green. Like I said, I've seen them in a variety of colors. So that's one thing with flowers when somebody says, you know, can you paint a, you know, this kind of a, you know, and it's just like, yeah, I can, but there's so many varieties. Do you have a certain one in mind? Or the fact that there's a variety of colors in them. I mean, you know, flowers are just not, it's just funny. I mean, you wouldn't think that, but they are. They're just so many different colors, so many, I don't know if you consider them a breed or what. I call them that, but that's just my terminology. As much as I love them, you'd think I would know for sure, because I do love flowers so much. Alright, let me get some more paint on this. Just like little buds, little violet buds. And I'm going to do two buds together here. Let me put a little bit of the darker on here. Like that. Go back in, put a little bit more white on my brush. Put a little bit more of the perfect purple on here. Alright. So we got that going on. Now I'm going to go back in with my smaller brushes. I'm going to tap in first to my Wicker White. And this is why I mentioned that it didn't really matter as far as the spacing goes. It's because I was going to come back in here and tip in like this. So I'm just using the ferrule edge and going like this. I am going to come back and do some yellow. Not all of these will have as many white in them. Okay, so I'm going like this. This one I am going to tip in. Oops, I got some purple in there. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to grab the purple. And this, what I'm doing, is just going to be on the actual open flowers and not the not the closed or the buds. Then I'm going to take the smaller of the flat brushes, dip them into the moon yellow, and then come back and do the same thing. Ferrule edge, and then just pulling down from the center. I got that too close. Dag-nabbit. Doesn't really matter. Go back in and tip some more in there. And then we'll do this. That's why I say, again, you just pull from the center out. If you do it the opposite direction, you're going to have a different look to it. And you can also, if you have a liner brush that you want to do it with, you can do it with that. And if you want it to be a little bit thinner and wispier, I don't want to pulling too much white out of. And crud. If you're getting too much of a mixture, you can actually go, hit it with a hair dryer if you want. But it's easy. You can see it's just very simple. And you're filling in the center, and you're just giving this some color. Right here, if you feel like you need to go over it again with some color, feel free to do so. Or if you don't want to overwork it too much, just back off and leave it alone. Then I'm going to tip my little liner brush, finish putting in the center, and I'm just tapping it. I mean, it can be all one dot if you want it to be. I'm just doing little dots. Just kind of spreading them out a little bit. Not too much. Just dabbing them. And this is the Thicket green. I mean, if you wanted to hit the inside of these buds, you could. I'm not going to bother with that. I don't think it's necessary. The purpose of my videos are really beginner videos. I like to encourage everybody to feel free to paint and not be afraid of it, especially when you're painting on something like this. Glass is awesome. You know why? Because if you don't like it, just wash it off. Start over. It can be a very fun type of surface to paint on. Sometimes it's difficult, maybe to get the look that you want, but stick with it. I think you're going to like it. And this, I'm just trying to get the line a little bit thicker. Putting in my little stems and just coming down here and back over. And then I know I got a little bit of stem on there. That's okay. And you can turn it around to get more green, the darker green, depending on which way you want the color to go. That can vary depending on how you have your brush, what direction you have your brush going. Now with these little buds, you could use a smaller brush, which I just might want to do here. See if I can get it tipped in with more of the green, because I didn't wash it out. So we'll have some yellow in it. But I'm just going to do just some quick little pulls here. Now the problem with glass is that you want to make sure it's thick, at least, applied thickly, so that it's more durable. That's where I get a little concerned when they're kind of light as far as the stems go. On a vase, it probably wouldn't be too bad, but still, you just want to be cautious of that. I'm just kind of pulling them. You can make them thicker, more pronounced, and you see I have paint all over my hand. I'm not the neatest painter that God ever made. but that's okay, right? That's perfectly okay. So far we're almost done. Are you liking this design? I like it so far. Now I get too carried away here because the next thing I'll be redoing it, so I'm gonna wait to say that till I'm done. Now with this bigger brush, what I'm going to do is I'm using a 12 now. Oh my goodness, I just got more paint on me. Oh, how I am doing that. But with this bigger brush, I'm going to do the leaves and such, but I'm also going to put in these little, I don't know what you would consider them, kind of maybe buds that just haven't opened yet. And I'm not happy with the thickness, so I want to make sure I go back over it again. And I could put some of that green in it, the happy green too. And then you can do like another one over here. These are kind of, I would say, kind of like filler. Not flowers, leaves, something to that effect. And you maybe even put another one over here. Don't have to go crazy with them, and I'm trying not to. Alright, so here we go. We're going to start painting the leaves. Now, I'm going to try to make these leaves really big, if at all possible. And maybe more of a shape like that. And then come over here. I just want them to cover well. And I'm going to come in here, go down it like that. Maybe even throw in another one. Let me see, I just feel like it's not going to be thick enough. I did get a little bit of purple in there, which kind of gives it a nice little tone, which is fine. You know, when you're doing this type of painting, what I recommend is, for practice purposes, either get some palette paper, which would be more expensive. See, now I can't get the paint to cover on here. Hold on here. Or wax paper. I love to practice on wax paper because it moves, the flow of it moves very nicely. I'm just going to kind of try to tap it in here a little bit. Sorry about that, it's just the paint for some reason doesn't want to stick. Alright, so we're going to just keep going here. I'm going to tap in some more big ones. I think I'm going to do maybe a big one over here. I kind of wanted to do some in the center, but I think the way I did that design, that's probably not going to happen. I just kind of lift up towards the end. Like I said, typically I can get the stem to go through really nicely, but for some reason on the other one it didn't really want to. Alright, so like I said, I'm not going to put a lot of leaves in. It's just more of a, I don't want to say sparse, but it's not meant to be really cluttered and full of leaves. So I'm going to stop it at this. I hope that you like it. And I really think, I'm trying to figure out the best way for you to see it, but it's very pretty. I like it. Again, if you can just imagine it being completely painted all the way around, maybe even paint a candle to put inside. One of the battery operated candles, those are awesome. Put some water in this and fill it up with a big arrangement of flowers. Make it, I think actually when I got these for my first grandson's baby shower, and I filled it with candy. We had like a candy bar with cupcakes and such. So anyways, enough of that. If you like this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Yay! Hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and that share button that's underneath the video, and share it with your friends and family. Again, if you have any questions or comments, put them down below. And until the next time, have a good one.